Welcome to this edition of I'm packing at the last minute because I always leave everything to the last minute. So if you've seen my previous packing videos before, a lot of people have been asking me for a follow-up, which is basically how do I pack and what do I pack and how do I pack so little. So if you watch that video, then you'll know that I used to use a 35-liter bag. It was a Cotopaxi Alpha. If you are interested, I'll link it. This is the bag that I use now. This is a 23 to 27-liter bag. I'm not claiming to be any sort of expert, and I'm not going to say that you're about to see the most efficient packing with all the best things and the most fashionable outfits. It's just not true. If you're going to pack this little, you have to sacrifice some things. So I'm just going to preface that this is what I choose to pack. What you choose to pack might be different, but I think it's interesting and I like watching these videos, so I figured I would make one. Starting off with the bag, as I mentioned, this bag is 23 to 27 liters. It is the NH100 Quencher bag. It's from Decathlon. I'll put the actual bag on the screen and in the description. It's a very affordable bag. I want to say $70 AUD. Again, I'll put the actual price on the screen. I bought it quite a while ago now, and I've used it quite a lot. It's still in very good condition. If you're interested, I can do a full review of this bag. That's not my intention with this video, but let me know. So starting off, I'm going to show you the process of basically how I pack and how I decide what I'm going to bring, and just sort of take you along on the journey. I'll put the time codes below, so if a part doesn't interest you, then you can always jump around. Starting off with a fully empty bag, we're going to go through the process of entirely packing, because like I said, I'm literally leaving tomorrow, so I need to pack. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with packing clothes. Now, what I usually do first and foremost when you're packing clothes is figure out what is the temperature of the places that you're going. So the places that I'm going range in temperatures quite a lot, but mostly it's going to be on the colder side. So we're looking at like cold-ish temperatures. It's also going to be raining a bit. The next thing that I'll think about when I'm packing is what you want to do when you go places. For example, if you are looking to go to certain events or fancier restaurants, then you're going to need nicer clothes, or if you're going hiking, then you need more hiking gear, those kind of things. On this trip, I'll probably do a little bit of hiking, but not much. I'm not really planning on going too many fancy places, but I probably need like one nice outfit. That requirement is going to be different for you depending on what you're doing. I've been putting aside clothes after I've washed them for the past week, just so that if there's something where I'm like, oh, I think I want to pack that I don't wear it, so that it doesn't get to the day before I leave and all my clothes are dirty. I have kind of like a pile of stuff that I've like roughly pulled aside to maybe wear on this trip, and we can kind of go through together and see the thought process. Alright, here's the pile of clothes. What I'll normally do now is kind of separate them into things I definitely want to bring, things that I'm going to wear on the plane, and then my maybe things, so that I can see like kind of what I've got and figure out what gaps I still need to fill. First and foremost, like I said, it's going to rain in a few of the places that we're going, so something that I'll definitely be bringing is this. This is my raincoat. I think it's from Rab. It's one of the popular ultralight raincoats. If you're into the ultralight, super light backpacking sort of world, you'll probably know it. I've had this for a while. It's a decent raincoat. It's not going to do torrential rain, but nowhere we're going should be that bad or that cold. This is definitely coming. Similarly, I was planning on wearing these on the plane. These are like a pair of sweatpants, but they kind of just look like normal pants. Maybe I'm dreaming that they look like normal pants, but don't burst my bubble. These are from Uniqlo, and these I almost certainly want to wear on the plane. I am going to put those to the side here. So on to things that I'm a little bit more unsure about. Here's my dilemma. I have this pair of pants, but I'm already bringing these like brown pants to wear on the plane. And are these things just too similar? Like, am I going to always be dressed exactly the same if I do this? My other alternative would be to bring jeans, but I don't know if I can fit jeans weight-wise in my bag, so this one is a maybe. A great versatile piece that I have is this icebreaker top. I feel like it kind of just looks like a normal top for the most part, but it's merino wool. It's great for hiking. It's great for cold weather layering. I think I'll definitely bring this. I will probably bring a pair of leggings. I pulled aside a couple pairs of leggings, but I think I'm going to bring this Arc'teryx pair because they're better for like hiking and stuff, and I already have a comfortable pair of pants, so I don't need like a lounge legging. Another great versatile piece, this is the Lululemon Align tank top. This is a great like exercise top. It looks like a decent enough tank top. So one thing that I also think about, like in terms of this, I'm definitely bringing, right? So if I think about like color combinations that look good, I feel like these two colors go together, right? And I'm basing kind of everything off of colors that I think would look good with brown or denim, because I think denim is versatile. So that is one thing to think about, is like in your mind, like what's the color palette? For example, like this does not really go well with brown. This turtleneck, I feel like navy and brown is a good look. Thoughts? It's gonna be too late for you to tell me by the time I post this, but so that's kind of roughly the clothes. Now I'll go through and figure out if I need anything else in terms of clothing, like if there isn't enough shirts or that kind of thing. But another thing I thought I'd note is socks and other things. I would normally bring about like 3 or 4 pairs of socks depending on where I was going. I'm gonna bring probably 4 this time. My favorite ones are probably these ones. I'm also wearing them right now, like a different pair, the Patagonia ones, because they're wool. They're quite good. And then in terms of underwear, these are the underwear that I usually pack. However, I don't have that many pairs of them left at this point. They're the Uniqlo Airism underwear. They're just super lightweight. I think I'm gonna pack assuming the jeans. Oh, as you can see, there is no exact science to doing this. Okay, we'll have to see weight-wise, because once I actually pack all this and weigh it, we might not be in a great position to actually bring all of this. I have an at-home weighing thing, which I absolutely recommend if you're trying to travel. It is just a lifesaver. Now I've kind of roughly packed my clothes. I need to figure out what else I need to actually bring. So I'm going to say the next section is probably electronics, and there's a few things in this section. I'm not necessarily going to show you every single one. One is my MacBook I always take for working, so that will go in here. This kind of has a laptop sleeve, so I don't usually put it in a case. I bring my laptop, I bring my iPad sometimes as well, depending on the weight, and then the new addition is that I'm probably going to bring my Kindle. Another plane packing tip is to figure out what you're going to do on the plane. Plane books for me are an interesting recommendation because you don't really want to read anything that is necessarily going to be like super deep or hard hitting. You don't want to be like crying on the plane, but you don't want to read anything that is boring or you don't find engrossing. So certain books I find to be good on planes are like thriller books. Even if you're not into thrillers, I'm not really into thrillers, but they're usually engrossing enough even if you don't end up liking them that much. Like, they're fun, you know what I mean? But that was a random tangent. Anyway, obviously the Kindle charger, the MacBook charger, the many chargers. I don't think you need to see me assemble a billion chargers for things. If it was a different trip and it wasn't going to rain and I was going to do more hiking or something, I'd probably bring my camera. But I used to fit all of this stuff and a DSLR camera and my GoPro in this bag. So that's why I'm not particularly worried that it's all going to fit. It's more just about the weight. On the electronics section, I forgot to mention that I have this mouse. If you get really bad RSI and you need to like do work while you're traveling, this is an interesting mouse. It looks like this. It's really small, and basically you hold it like this, like you kind of pinch it between your fingers, and then these are like the button clicks. It's really useful, and then this is like the scroll. It's called the Swift Point Pro Point mouse. I think it's a New Zealand company. The next thing is toiletries. This is my toiletry bag. I don't know where I got it. I've had it forever. It's a bit worse for wear. I try not to buy too many like travel size things. It just gets expensive and also it's a bit wasteful. But deodorant, there's that. I did buy a facial cleanser. The one that I use currently is too big and it's a foaming one, so I can't like decant it into something else. And then I just got like a general moisturizer, like hand heavy moisturizer. It's just helpful. You're always getting dry skin on planes and in transit. and in cold weather. I have these. They're just like random containers off Amazon or something. I'll link them if I can find them. The important thing about these is that they have to say, I don't know if you can see, but they have to say 100 mils on them. Most of them don't say 100 mils on them, which is infuriating because they can throw them out basically for being like, I don't know that these are 100 mils. I also have these jars. And then the rest of it is basically just skincare that I already had. This is an eye cream. This is only 20 grams, so you know, that's fine to go on the plane. This is sunscreen. Oh, this is the Claire's Nourishing Eye Butter eye cream. It's just been a long time favorite of mine, and my favorite sunscreen is the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun Rice and Probiotic sunscreen. I will probably decant this into like a smaller container, but this is the AHA, BHA, PHA Miracle Toner. That needs to go into a smaller container. What else? Oh, I'm just gonna bring my normal face cream. It's 80 grams. It's the Claire's Rich Moist Soothing Cream. And then that's basically it. Sometimes I'll bring my perfume if I'm feeling spicy. It's this one from Lush. We have a small toothpaste and I have a toothbrush. I do have shampoo and conditioner that I will probably decant into these as well. So I need to do that. But I'm not going to do that right now. It's the moment we've all kind of been waiting for, which is that I have to pack all this stuff into my bag now. Wish me luck. So I pack everything into packing cubes. These are just packing cubes by Osprey. I bought them because they're really light. They weigh like 20 grams. You don't need packing cubes that are that light. We have a really cheap set that my partner uses. I don't know where they are. Lasts a long time. They're a bit heavier, but you know, if you're not as obsessed with weight, you know, you don't need to buy expensive packing cubes. If you are, then these ones have held up well. In terms of packing method, I roll. I'm a roller. In case you can't tell, like obviously I'm going away for 3.5 weeks. This is not 3.5 weeks worth of clothes. You really don't need 3.5 weeks worth of clothes. We're planning on doing laundry usually once a week. I'm not one of those people that does laundry like in the sink or anything like that. I'm just gonna be so honest with you. I don't want to have to do laundry in the sink. I know some people do, but I just go to the laundromat. So you also have to keep in mind that, you know, any clothing you bring is probably going to have to go in the dryer. If you have like more expensive clothes or more delicate clothes, just keep that in mind. Final verdict. We have the bag. In here we've got the 2 packing cubes, I've got my laptop, I've got my iPad, I've got the Kindle, I've got all my electronics in here. This includes my MacBook charger, adapter. Let me show you. This is the adapter that I use. I put this tape on it to cover up the light. We always have to have a light on them. I also have these little things you can buy from Apple if you also travel with your laptop, and it allows you to attach like the different plugs onto the end of the like big charger, and that's super helpful because they're so heavy that if you use an adapter they don't stay in the wall very well, and it's really annoying. Yeah, highly recommend that if you also travel with a MacBook. And this is the Bellroy travel tech pouch or something. I've had this for ages too. Something I might also take is this. It's just like a little crossbody bag from Uniqlo. I'll probably need a crossbody bag, and I have a little wallet as well. I usually don't carry around a wallet, but when you're traveling you always end up with cash, so I'll probably bring that like on my person. And then I have this top and these pants and then my jacket. The truth is with packing, you kind of just have to know what kind of person you are and what is going to make your holiday better or worse. I personally hate having to lug around heaps of bags. It makes me stressed that I have to carry so much. It makes me tired. I am always worried I'm going to lose something the more things that I bring with me. So this is just my preferred way of traveling. It could definitely be fuller. It's been fuller, so I would say it's probably like 24, 25 liters of stuff. That's really not a lot. If traveling with more stuff is going to make you have a better time, if you're someone who you don't want to have to figure out how to do laundry, or you want to take a wider variety of clothing because you're doing more activities or whatever, you know, you have to know what is right for you, and this works for me. Have I forgotten anything? Normally I would also in here, I would frequently put my sandals, so in these like side bits, I put my sandals. I'm probably not gonna bother bringing my sandals because apart from a few days in Singapore, it's not gonna be hot enough anywhere to wear them. There's actually something in here. Oh yeah, I have this little clothesline. I bought it from the airport for like $10. It basically is just like these little hooks, and then they have suction cup attachments as well. I wouldn't say it's that useful, truthfully. A lot of the hotels we stay in are not that big, or they don't get that much sun, or there's not really anywhere you could hook and or suction cup a line to, so that's not that helpful. All right, and that is how I pack for 3.5 weeks of travel with only 23 to 27 liters. I'm guessing about 24, 25 of this is full. I could definitely put more stuff in here. I hope that was helpful. A lot of people asked for it, so let me know if that helped you. Let me know how much you normally pack when you travel. Does this seem crazy to you? Is it way more than you take? Is it way less than you take? Let me know. If you want any other videos from me, specific bags or specific review of anything, let me know. I might do a review of this bag if that's of interest to anybody, but hopefully I have everything. Bye!